This video is about self-love, and if any of you watching can relate to being an overachiever, someone who sets goals and achieves them, you may find this useful. I myself am a recovering overachiever. It's something that I very much identified as in my 20s and early 30s. And over the last several years, I've woken up to the destructive nature of that pattern. So I would set goals and I would achieve them, and then I would be on to the next one without really appreciating and taking note of what I've accomplished. And what I realized I was practicing in the act of doing that was a form of self-abandonment. Because oftentimes when I was setting these goals, what I was actually doing was trying to come up with a strategy to escape how I was feeling, to escape feeling helpless, to escape feeling stuck, to escape feeling sad or depressed. And so I was running from aspects of my heart. I was running from aspects of my emotional experience, hoping that something outside of me would help me feel differently. And of course it never does. That's why there's always the next goal. And so it wasn't until later in life, these last few years, that I've realized that in order to truly love myself, I actually have to pause, I actually have to stop and let go of trying to accomplish goals to escape and abandon myself, and actually turn towards these feelings and be with them, to love these aspects of myself, to realize that I can survive these negative emotions, that I can breathe through them. And something beautiful has begun to happen through the practice of doing this. Is the goals that I set now are much more intentional. They're much more deliberate. They're not in reaction to some type of feeling inside of me that I can't be with, but rather they're from sobriety. They're from a place connected to my heart. And in accomplishing these goals, there's an opportunity for me to actually bring my full self to the process rather than to be subtly running from something inside of me. So this video is an invitation for you. Maybe you can relate to that. And actually just look at the motivations of why you set goals. Are you someone who's really busy, who's constantly on to the next thing, on to the next thing? What is it that you're afraid might happen if you were to slow down? What is it that you fear might happen if you didn't have goals? It's something to be in inquiry about, because I know for me to slow down and look at this has actually allowed me to enjoy life much more and to face some of these things that I was running from. So take that for what it's worth. I hope that it helps, and leave a comment below if it did.